This is Keyur Shah from Usually Unusual Entertainment, and we started Usually Unusual Entertainment in June 2015, almost 6 years to the company, and it's been a wonderful journey. This was a setup for show running and stage management, which was one of the void, is what I felt was lacking in the industry, and it's been a great journey, I would say, because right from starting as a musical, which was our first ever big project, which was Disney's Beauty and the Beast, to even running opening ceremonies and special projects like Namaste Trump and Halo India opening ceremony, and winning good awards, wow awards, recognized in the industry. And I think, yeah, getting there, doing whatever we can at our best.
Hi, my name is Amrita Puri, and Keyur and I started Usually Unusual Entertainment about 5 years back. And we decided to have and do specifically show running and stage management because we felt there was a lacuna in people servicing stage management. Yes, agencies obviously do their own show running and stage management, but when you have large format shows, when people even have small shows but a smaller team, it's always nicer to have somebody dedicated for show running and stage management. And that was one of the reasons that we thought, yes, we should focus on doing something as specific and as small a role called show running and stage management. But it's one of the most important roles because that's, at the end of the day, that's what your audience could be. Could be live television audiences, could be a wedding audience, could be a concert, an opening ceremony, watch on stage. That's the end product of where you get your money from. So in the beginning, one of our first shows, actually our first show 5 years back, over 5 years back, was Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Getting a big musical, an international musical to India was a big thing. And us working on it was quite a big thing for us. I mean, them trusting us that we will be able to run the show for them, be on stage for them was quite phenomenal. And after that, we worked on quite a few things. We worked on Mughal Azam, which was a musical. Again, we worked on opening ceremonies with Wishcraft. We worked on the IPL. We later on worked on the Global Citizen, which was one of the biggest concerts. I think the journey's been very interesting. So we worked on smaller shows, which could just be corporate shows, but the shows are extremely important for the client, even for those 200 people sitting in the audience. Whereas we've also worked with you all, that we work with Wishcraft, on something like a Global Citizen, where you have 80,000 people in audience. You have lakhs of viewers watching on stage. So yeah, you get those goosebumps, and and I think for us, we feel no show is small or big. Every show that we do is extremely important. Every show is extremely large for us. And we've never distinguished saying that, oh, because it's a small show, let's say it's happening in Kerala, it's a small show, let's not go there because there's only 200 people sitting there. No, it's not. Every show is important for us, and we give all our heart and soul to every show that we do. So yeah. So the process of us working pre-show it depends on the event and the scale of the event. Let's say if it's a smaller event, we put our heart and soul in it, but it's slightly different. Probably there could be a time that we get a brief probably 2 days before an event. Quickly ask for the show floor, try to get in touch with all the technical people, ensuring that everybody's on the same page, work on the show floors, make the cue sheet, and share it with everybody. However, if it's let's say an IPL opening ceremony or a Hockey World Cup or any other opening ceremony for that matter, then you usually like to visit the venue if possible, try to understand the stadium if possible. Again, there are times there are constraints, and then we see the layouts that are there, try to understand the team size that is there, try to allocate people because everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, and try to allocate the team accordingly and try to have the best utilization of the team that's there. As opposed to, say, when you're working on a musical, you have months of rehearsal going on, and then you have that dedicated time that you need to work on rehearsals. When you work on rehearsals, obviously you don't do dress rehearsals. Then closer to the date, you get on stage, you do dress rehearsals. So it's a very different process for every show. And as much as we worked on hundreds of shows over the last few years, I think every show you learn something new, and there's some new challenge in every show, and I think we all work through it as a team. of people feel that, oh, it's such a small field. I mean, I should probably get into production, or I should probably get into the creative field. Why do I get onto an event and work those 3 days or 5 days? I think I would tell them that these are one of the most important days, because that's where you showcase what you have worked on those 5, 6, 10 days, or could be months. So it's a very important, yes, it's a small part of a big show, but it's one of the most important parts of a show.
For me, I would say there are two events which are very close to my heart, and that I would say that's the reason where I am today. One is definitely, and all thanks to Wizcraft for that, because both of them are Wizcraft events. One was when I was studying in Leeds, which was again as a volunteer. My first event was the IFA in Macau, which was in 2009. I worked as a volunteer, which was also called like Friends of IFA. And the coincidence, or rather I would say the best journey from describe it in one line, is 2019, 10 years working as a volunteer in 2009 and working as a stakeholder in 2019. That defines my entire journey in one statement, because we were also running the show and managing the stage for IFA, which was the 20th edition, the 20th anniversary, where Amrita was calling the show from the console and I was a senior stage manager, along with the entire team, which were also on wings and FOH, BOH, backstage, front of house. And secondly, just after that, I got an opportunity to work on the Commonwealth Games, which was 2010, as a stage manager for the opening and the closing ceremony, where I was posted in Delhi as a freelancer, and immense of learning and knowledge which was gained on that particular project. I don't think I would work on such a grand show ever in my life, provided if given a chance to work on an Olympic ceremony, which is my dream event, or an opening ceremony to work on.
Running a show, and I think if you don't run a show, or if you don't have professional people running a show usually goes quite haywire. You don't have dedicated people, you have ad hoc resources working on. Whereas if you have dedicated people working on, say for like any other field, could be production, could be decor, could be the creative field. Similarly, if somebody works dedicatedly on show running and stage management, it makes a vast amount of difference to your show. The look and feel of your show, there's somebody managing your lights, there's somebody managing your wings. It makes a lot of difference. I think makes a very visible difference. And once you get and see that visible difference is when you understand it. One of the very interesting things that we did during the pandemic and the break was tell stage managers and event managers how to run a show for a wedding. I think which was amazing, because they never realized the scale of it. So they thought, okay, wedding mein kya hoga, shaadi hui khatam ho gaya. They didn't realize that for a wedding there's days and months of preparation that goes. There could be multiple ceremonies. There could be 2, 3, 4 days of functions and events happening, and they were like zombed. It's like, what? You probably working for an event, for just a wedding, which will be just having about 200, 400, maybe 1,000 guests. You're working as hard as you would do for an opening ceremony, for an Olympic show, or for a Commonwealth, for a big ceremony. It's like, wow, you're working equally hard. You have equal number of artists sometimes if you have really big shows, you have equal number of crew members. People fly in, I mean, in case there's a wedding happening in Europe, people fly in with the pots and pans to cook. So it's just very, very interesting. And they were shocked. They were like, wow, the amount of detailing that you have for a wedding show is probably as much of detailing that we do for an Olympic show. So yeah, we took the world stage managers and event managers and told them about running wedding events.
We made the optimum utilization of the lockdown, because we started and initiated this Stage Managers Association of India, as also Amrita and me are ambassadors of India for that. And we've partnered with the international team, which is US, UK, Germany and Spain, where we learned a lot how their protocols work and how their system work. And I would say we are at least 5 to 10 years backward when it comes to stage management and show running, because there's so much for us to learn as a country and as individuals when it comes to this particular vertical, because the way they do it, they are the ones who, in fact, UK was the first ever association which started as in stage management, followed by US and then Germany and Spain. And we are the fifth association in the entire world, which I think is a good, definitely a good initiative for people to benefit, for definitely for budding stage managers and for existing stage managers, where we can enhance the entire community and we can train people, is what we thought as a CSR for Usually Unusual Entertainment.